Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and we are doing our Apprenticeship Illinois Technical Assistance call. So I've got a poll open for attendees to check in so that they can see, so that we can keep track of who's attending from our agencies that are working with this. I just wanted to remind you all of the partner page and that we have videos that we record and post, and we have our full list of resources, and then we have a partner tools update page. And I haven't shown you this yet because we didn't really have a whole lot of updates to show you, but as things happen in the tool, we will post updates. And so Cody was very gracious to post some updates for me today. So I have to add them to the list, but I'm going to demonstrate all of those to you in this webinar. So the first thing that I want to show you is the dashboard is connected. Now, I was looking at some of the names earlier, and thank you to JJ and Chuck for getting some of their customers listed in here. But I'm not going to show you any names because all of the customers in this list are their customers. And so I can't even diffuse where people are. And since I'm recording this, I don't want to show any private information of any customers. So as you can see on here, you would pick a grantee name if you have access to more than one. So for example, all of the state people that would go into this dashboard would be able to pick by agency. Otherwise, you will just see your agency information, and then you can filter. You would see total participants. We do not have the plan participants entered yet, but that will be an item that you will be able to see. If you click on one of these numbers, it will take you to a list of those customers so that you can go through their actual profile rather than just accessing them from your group. And as you scroll down the dashboard, it shows you the different pieces. And just as a reminder, blue are the headlines. White is just informational spots. Green is good, green for good, green for good. Yellow items are things for which you need to pay attention. And then the pink, which is actually supposed to be red, are those items that you need to have fixed it yesterday. And when we start talking about numbers on the calls, we will cover these yellow and red items, and we'll ask you if you need help with any of those things, or if you don't understand them, maybe there's been some turnover in your organization. We'll be able to help you on these TA calls to make sure that you understand what you need to do with each of those items. In the meantime, if you want to just look at them, you can click on the eye with the little circle around it. It's an info bubble, and it tells you what that reason is why they're in that row. If you can correct it by just looking at the info bubble, then that's great. Otherwise, you're always welcome to send me an email, and I will try to help you to the best of my ability. If it means I need to pull in a programmer, we'll get that taken care of. Maybe it's a glitch that something is just not happening right. Maybe we made a change, and sometimes when you fix one thing, other things break. So, it's kind of like a game of dominoes where you just can't help yourself. So anyway, we're looking at these numbers and we're getting them squared away so that as you can go through here, you'll see where your customers fall. So now let me go to test and show you a couple of things on test that we did. One of the pieces on the career plans, and this is for customers that you will be adding, there is an automatic goal, a pre-populated goal, and a step for each customer in this program. So we have a pre-populated step. We did change this in production to say participate in Apprenticeship Illinois Program, but in test I wasn't going to change it. And then underneath that goal is a step, and the step in production is develop an IEP, individual employment plan. And so each customer new should have this pre-populated goal and step on their profile. And another update that we've just recently accomplished is on a customer profile. Oh, I guess I could have just done here. On the case notes, oh, I got to find one that has a case note. Sorry, folks. Let me look for. Oh, and we also had a glitch that we fixed that was showing that the online application was not showing as completed when it had been. We fixed it here as well as with on the overview page. We were able to fix that as well. So that's another piece that we were able to fix. So on here, we have, and this isn't showing up properly, the layout on test is a little bit glitchy here, but what it does show here is that we have case notes and the source of the case notes. So if it came over from IWDS, it will say source was IWDS. So what will happen is if and when you sync with IWDS, then those case notes will come into Illinois workNet. So it will give you a source. But if you want to send a case note from Illinois workNet to IWDS, we have, it's hard to see it right now, but we have this word options right here. And there is a trigger in production that shows send to IWDS. It will only send it to IWDS if you have co-enrolled that customer into IWDS. Okie doke. All right, so those are the updates that I have to show you today. Are there any of you who need to have access to IWTS, the Incumbent Worker Training System, that do not currently have access? I do have all of the people who are on our list as Navigator grantees. I do have everybody set up with access, and I have added Angelina Mabry from Rend Lake College. So she has access too. So if there's anybody else, let me just say here, Diane Murphy, you have access, or you did have. Kindy Kruller has access. Lenora Daly has access. Jessica Bettner has access. Lucinda, you had access, but you're added for this program. And then Lee Reese and Dirk Leffler, you all have access now. The incumbent workers, so Cindy is asking, will incumbent workers need to be entered, or will information from IWTS cross over? Incumbent workers that are entered into IWTS will sync, I believe Cody told me hourly, but if not hourly, it will be at least overnight, so that on any given moment, you should be able to, once we have the reporting functions happening, you should be able to see any incumbent worker information in our reports. Intermediaries only need access if you are working with incumbent workers. So Josh, I'm not sure if you will be, you're with Lincoln Land Community College. Is that what I'm seeing those initials standing for? Okay, so I think Land of Lincoln Workforce Alliance is working with incumbent workers. So if you end up with somebody like that, you might want to reach out to them because I think you're in the same workforce area. So down the road, if you discover that you do need access to incumbent worker, the IWTS, then we are happy to grant you some access if you don't already have it. We will need to make sure that that's appropriate for your grant funding though. All right, any other questions that I need to answer for anyone? I've got 14 people on the call and only 13 of you have answered the attendance poll. So if you could please do that, I would truly appreciate that. Cindy Lehman, what agency are you with, Cindy? You're with St. Clair. Your co-host, Natasha, you don't need to. Lee Reese has access. So if you need access to incumbent worker, you can work with Lee if that's okay. And otherwise, if Lee doesn't want you using his stuff, then you can, we'll work on getting access for you. All right, I don't see any other questions being typed. If anybody wants to ask a question, you're welcome to open up your microphone and ask us a question too. Cindy C. Pansy needs the access. I don't enter. Oh, Lee, were you having finger typing issues?
No, spell check's having problems. I don't enter subjects into any of the systems. So Cindy needs the access to the database and not me.
Okay, so then we need to change it from you to her.
Correct.
Okay, all right. We will work on getting that taken care of.
Hey, Dee, this is Matt Jones with 24. I have a question. If we have regular IWTS access, that's all we need, right?
Correct, but you need to have access to the programs, your Apprenticeship Illinois programs.
Okay.
So I just need to make sure that you're in the group for that.
Yeah, yeah. Cindy might have it already for that, but I'm not sure. If you wouldn't mind double checking.
I'll double check on. So do I need to double check for you as well, or just for Cindy?
Just for Cindy.
Okay, I will double check on that.
Thank you.
Hey, Matt, this is JJ. One thing she can do too is just go into IWTS, and if she can see that grant number when she adds a project, she's good to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, JJ. I think because we had Mike Baker grant her that access some time back, so I think she should be good. But
Okay, yeah, because I just checked mine and I could see the grant numbers.
okay, cool. Thank you.
Woohoo! And JJ, I don't know if you saw it earlier, but we did fix the issue with the showing that they had completed their application.
Yep, saw that. I think Chuck's has some other things we need to go through, but we'll confirm with you.
All right, and Cody was able to fix the enrollment dates for some of those customers as well.
Okay.
All right, so any questions from anybody? If not, we'll give you back some time in your day. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and we'll be in touch. Webinar in next week. Have a great rest of your day.